Greetings. Peace, and love, and prosperity, and love, and light. Okay. Yeah. Got to get these messages out because I thought I was going to go to rest. But it's like I keep receiving, and so share. Know that you, when we speak of, there's a dawning of a new age, or a new birth, which we've already been in the age of Aquarian, the Aquarian age. Know that you are here to bring forth the birthing, or the crowning of a new kingdom, a new empire. Now, we're not here to persuade you like, oh, this is one perspective, or this is one perception. It's all perception. But what is that perception? Where is that perception rooted in? Is the perception rooted in love? Is what we're seeing in the eyes of the Creator? That verse of saying that we're all made in the image of who? The Most High, the Creator, correct? Yes. So that being said, we're seeing who and what is not rooted in that. We're birthing love into this world. That's the light. Is it always going to be pleasant and kind? No. Some of us had to know what it is to stand in our power and be courageous. And in certain moments, we have to be warriors. Is everything that we're going to say, oh, this person is cursing, or this? Let me tell you. Some of our ancestors, when they live through the heart, they get to a place where, or they had to, it's just like, it goes to the birthing again. It's like, I feel, how can I say this, spirit? It's like, we share like the placenta is created first. And this is something you should look up and study too. The Dogon, Dogon, the Dogon tribe. Learn more about the Dogon tribe. This thing that people speak of, what they call the twin flames, or all this stuff that you see is being displayed on social media. Those that are into astrology, or spirituality, or those are of the higher realms, knowing like, okay, I have this, or I'm here to do this. Learn about the Dogons, and they call it the twin placentas, because I tell you, the placenta is created first. And then it's not to take away from the twin flame, because it's like, as expressed, a soul, and two people are here, we don't really want to go into detail about that. We don't really care. Just know that we are all a part of giving birth. It's like the birthing. So it's like, even when people leave this earth, someone's coming in. Even during this whole these cycles, this pandemic, whatever you want to call it, there were babies being created. There were people still leaving, through what heart attack, other natural causes, or other diseases, or other things naturally. It wasn't just all this illusion, or this fear-based programming stuff about, oh, you should go run and go. We don't care to get in detail about all that. But those that are aware, you are shifting and reconnecting with the roots and your ancestors, and learning. Put your feet up and relax. Oh shit. I'm listening to some classical music. So anywho, you are part of something that is, it's just, imagine, how can I say this? I'll give you the imagery. It's like birth, and it's something beautiful. And see, this is something that you have to realize we're shedding and releasing how man has portrayed and in this illusion of everything that is dark and all these things that have been portrayed as what they call it is evil, or these things that had, or the beauty of the woman, and the essence of who she truly is, and all just so many things. Again, that's just to name a few of how all these things are just been ignored. And look at the word ignored, or ignorance. And it's through the listening of, or the consumption of, the programming through TV, through so many things here. And see, we're unlearning. We're it's like when, if you watch the movie, what they call the Matrix, like when you unplug, it's just like unplugging a TV, or unplugging this, or disconnecting from Wi-Fi, or social media, or disconnecting from certain things. And see, that's the collective awakening or awareness, is that people are disconnecting, and then reconnecting to their essence, or to source. See, it works. It's hand in hand. And so we are giving birth. We're receiving, again, it's called downloads. We're receiving information, or visions, and of what we know to be a new dawn of something, something on the horizon. Or it's like something giving birth. I give you a visual, like it's like how we think, people assume, or you have people like thinking that the sun actually goes somewhere. It doesn't go anywhere. It just shifts. And then the moon, it's like night, dusk to dawn. Night gives birth to, or the moon gives birth to the light, to the sun. So it's like that of which, like, the divine feminine, the darkness, gives birth to light. But they're both hand in hand, like yin and yang. And so it's like mother, or, the divine feminine gives birth to the light aspect, or like the sun rising every day. The sun is rising, the stars are shifting. So again, these are things that is beyond the control of man. This is universal. This is cosmic. This is, ethereal. This is something that, again, we are a part of something giving birth. So when I speak about death, it's not just that of physical. We're dying and releasing old, outdated things. When we walk away from relationships or connections, it's like the old is dying away. It's like you're shedding layers, as that of a snake. A snake has to shed its skin, or it wouldn't be what it is. Butterfly has to, crack and remove itself out of the cocoon, or we would never know what it is. A lotus has to form in the mud, in the darkness, and then blossom into a lotus for us to visualize or see the awareness on what it is. That's everything in life. Things have to emerge from the darkness for us to become aware for what it is. A baby, when life is created, it is created in the womb for it to go through the cycles and experience, go through these cycles just as a moon would. And see, this is how things are all connected. Everything is connected. This is the power that we have when we learn to do, sit with ourselves in the dark and then sit with ourselves and reconnect with ourselves, with those traumas and all those things that now the world is faced, looking the America, or these the sacred lands, or now if they're faced, they're looking in the mirror. They're forced to look in the mirror at themselves, and it's easy. No, you have to be very aware now. Is that watch those that are, there's a saying, you point the finger and three is pointing back at you. So just imagine now, it's so easy for the world to judge, and now judgment is upon the world and everyone in all countries, everywhere. And you're seeing that displayed. So as nothing belongs to us, and we don't belong to this world, and we don't belong to anyone. So the world truly it's giving birth to sovereignty. It's your birthright to be free. It's your birthright to live abundantly and prosperous and live in harmony. Does everyone want that? No. You have some people that just truly want to. They're consumed by control. That's what they prefer. So when you're rising into, like the phoenix, you're rising from these ashes, and you're rising that burning flame. And so you have to realize that the world's not gonna love you like you love you. The world's not gonna love you like you love you. Will some people grow to love you? Yes, but they first have to look within themselves to see that. And a lot of some people in the world, they don't want to do that. That's just how it is. It could be thousands, hundreds of millions, or whatever. There's a selective few. But we know, those that know, you're giving birth. It's like you don't have to necessarily. It's like we all have this. The ancients speak of energies. Like we have these feminine energies and masculine energies. And it's like the father, masculine, then the mother. And see, look how much the world has gotten away from honoring the divine feminine. Those important traits or energies, or the importance of nurturing and embracing and sharing and all those things that remind us of what it is to truly embrace our light. And see, the world has strayed away from that. So those know you are here to remind the world of that. Like, hey, it's okay to slow down. Hey, it's okay to just be still. And see, when we come to that awareness, we feel like, oh, life is attacking us, and why is this happening in my life? Because the Creator is trying to sit you down and be like, look, sit down. I want you to sit it's like the process of how the baby, everything is created. It's like you have to sit down and learn this thing we call school of life. A baby doesn't rush to grow. See, that's what's happening, is that people are rushing to grow up. I'm speaking to one of my cousins. He was like, man, I want to be like you. No, you need to be like you. Be authentic. Be you. And see, it doesn't even matter the age. The identity crisis is that people, they're coming to that awareness that they don't know who they are. And see, it's only through the surrenderance of the soul to come into that awareness, to realize that, man, it's okay not to know everything, but in a sense, still knowing that I'm here for a purpose that is still greater than just simply coming here to suffer. And see, that's the that's the idea of we're all giving birth to something. When we have an idea, that's giving birth to something. You know, these things, these things, they're giving to us. They're planted within our in our minds, in our soul, in our DNA. So these ideas are given to us, and then we share them. And so it's not birth or creation is not just something that man and woman come to do. Creation is when, or it's like you have creation, then you have rebirth, or or regeneration. And so that's what, when we're unlearning and relearning, or releasing, it's like we're returning, but also not to, how can I say, yeah, to create something new. And see, that's the fear of the unknown. No one truly knows when a child or star seed is created. They don't truly know how that child is gonna look. They don't really know. They just hope and pray that that child comes healthy and everything is just as perfect and whatever. But what truly makes that, you know, which is created perfect? And see, we have this idea that perfection is just something looking perfect in the physical, and that has nothing to do with what is truly divine. And so learning the value and honoring the divine within both masculine and feminine energies, the dark and the light, is knowing that no matter how a child, or or how we enter this world, there is a purpose. Just as me being an artist creating something is no different than an artist that has no limbs or arms and still can draw with their feet. And see, this is what the world is suffering from. And that's what we speak about, this physical, this soul attachment to the physical. So spirit has to give you an ass whipping now to show y'all, like, look, I'm trying to show y'all that there is something beyond this, just this physical appearances. You're giving birth when you're co-creating with something. The importance is learning, like, how, who am I? I'm truly something magical. It's science. It's really magical. And it's like the world will attack people that have gifts that are given to them. But then they love those that are misguiding them, that have no spiritual awareness on what it really is, truly means to share and be divine. And see, those are the ones that, again, now the tables have turned. The same people that people just brushed up under the rug, and, oh, there's a widow and he's crazy and da da da. No, don't worry. When we're aligned and giving birth to something new and align what we're here to do, all will be added to us. It may seem like everything has been taken away, but when you're giving birth to something you co-create, it's like people try to prepare for a baby. Let me go buy all this stuff. That baby don't care about none of that. That child it's not even worried about material things when it comes into this world. You're not going to need all that stuff when you get it. This is another thing I tell people about learning about the Trinity between man, woman, and child, and what it really means to co-create and honor the cycles of life, and learning the true essence of what it means to that separation is the biggest illusion. We're all in this together. And see, that's the beauty of it all. And see, that's and see, we all, humanity doesn't have this awareness because it has lost its identity in, uh again, I speak of material things. They think that their wealth is immaterial. Their identity, they lost their identity in immaterial. And so it and that's how they're gonna suffer. And so that's why you're seeing a birthing of we're creating something again that man doesn't know. So and it's supposed to be that way. Those of you that know, you're giving certain knowledge. So man, or so people that are, not wanting to use it for the best interest of, for humanity or all, so they don't ruin something that is ordained or given to people that are given to spiritual beings. So just know that you're giving birth to something that, it's like the imagination is limitless. So there's nothing or no one that can stop this. It's beautiful. You just have to embrace it. To my soul sisters that are, I wanted to speak about this. It's like, this is a spiritual warfare, folks. So, to my sisters that cover your ears, and I mean like your crown. It's like, you use your hair wraps, certain things. And brothers, if you feel led to do it, do so as well. If you're being called to stay more hydrated, do so. If you're being called to travel or shift, create a YouTube channel, or someone needs to hear your story. Needs to hear what you're experiencing. Everyone has a song to sing. It's like we're all a part of a melody right now, or it's like a script. A song is being written. Everyone has a song to sing, meaning that everyone has something to express from their experience of what they call life, or upon their journey in life. And that never ends. It's like we're all learning through this. And that's why every moment we're a part of death is like letting go of something old, relationships, partnerships, or whatever it is. And it's not so much with other people, it's so much of with ourselves first. When we're coming into this knowing and awareness that everything starts with self first. But the old paradigm of what we learn in school and everything else, it wasn't rooted it was really the control aspect of, okay, have everybody do this way, and give, but it wasn't a sense of giving in, diligently, or generous, or from a loving place. It was, you had to do it or else. And see, that's not in alignment to what truly is giving with joy, sharing with joy. And so, man, it's man, knowing thyself, loving thyself. Just know that. Just be open. It's okay to be where you are. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And to those that are going through, what else, Spirit? Like mental awareness. Just breathe. If you need some guidance, You know, journal, YouTube. Sometimes speaking to yourself is healthy if you're looking to, connect with other that are in alignment. Because not everyone is vibrating or where you are on the level that you of awareness that you are. So it may seem that you may be talking to a brick wall because you're giving birth to something. So even if it means you stay silent, journal it, create a dream journal. Create these things, and then you'll return to it, and you'll realize like, oh, this makes sense. I see why I wrote this down, and you align with those that will come in connection with you, and don't worry about the money, because truthfully, like the divine currency is not only knowledge but love and things that are more on a higher frequency, which is that of things that are rooted in love. But everything will come through growth. That's with anything and everything. It's like again, child doesn't rush to grow. It starts out of something so small and then grows in something so mighty. But it doesn't rush. It learns itself. It learns itself. It's amazing. Like we're learning. It seems like this birthing or this creation is like, the more we return to our essence, we see how limitless, or how what's the word, how abundant we are, which is having no limits. But it's like coming out of that, the limitations through the ego that we have placed upon ourselves. So now we're we're growing out of that stage, and some of us are growing our wings, or some of us are preparing to fly. Some of us are in different stages, however you want to see it, and choosing to fly, whether it be solo, whether it be just with others, or celebrating with those that were there. Even if they wasn't there, just know that some people have to go through their own growth with themselves, so it's never personal. Okay, know that. Remind it's I'm telling you, man, it's just imagine, you self-reflect on this, like all the things before you arrived here in your mother's belly, the things she experienced, and then you came here to seek your purpose, and all the things we felt like we were seeking through these external anything, all things the external, and now we're like, whoa, wow, like you get this like a fly swatter slap, or you slap, your soul's like, whoa, bruh, I'm just come to let you know, like, this ain't it, bruh. So you're seeking these things, and it depends on how we grew up, whatever household, and whether it be imbalance, whether some of us had to grow with ourselves. Not many families, or some of us knew that we were leaders, or knew that we had this divine callings, and so it's coming into that awareness now, being whatever age it is, and really it's truly timeless, because those things that we felt, or people felt that abandoned us, we really were in essence abandoning our own true selves. Now to return to that, we come into that awareness of, oh wow, yeah, now that I got this now, okay, now it's time to really walk into that. And so the process is, that's the what life and experience is, spirit, spiritual being having a human experience in a way, coming into that alignment, knowing that, all these things up to this very moment happen not to me, but happen for me. Every relationship, whether it be, just mother, father, or figure, or whomever it is, or all these were mere reflections to give birth to a new creation, which is you. And this is another thing. Know that when you a part of you that dies away or you have to release something, know that it's like look at it like you're crowning yourself. It's like you're giving birth to yourself again, over and over. So it's like, yo, look at the for once, self-reflect on how people just they're I was did I finish that? My cousin was talking about rushing to be like 18 or rushing to be 21, rushing to be 25, 30. Notice how people are so programmed into doing these things. Notice how that has happened. And even when people have obtained all these things, no matter what their age is, they truly have neglected their essence of what they're here to do. And that right there, they have to start. It seems like, oh, fuck, I just have to start all over. And it's not that you're starting all over. It seems that way, but that's okay. Be it that that's the beauty in how we get to this place and we're like, man, you know what? What was the whole purpose of all of this? Justify your purpose. That's the purpose. And so it's like, we've been living in like what do you call it? What's the fate? Like fated events, and then you're like now you're walking into your destiny. You're coming into your destiny, and it's you don't even have words for it. And there's others that it's not so much they await you. They too have to go through their own evolution and learn the process of um, learning the process of what it is to drink mama's milk, or what it is to crawl, and what it is to uh, learn its senses and learn its body and learn its everything. Learn how to stand on its own 2 feet. Learn how to walk. Learn how to talk. Learn how to all these things. Now, do you see why I say we're giving birth to something that's truly, we're birthing, or what's the word? I really don't even like using certain words anymore. Ugh. We're ushering or inviting in things that shine the light on the things we wanted to ignore. You know how amazing it is for people that have, and it's not to take away from anyone, those that have did certain things to go and become aware of why we need to learn our inner darkness and like our darkest secrets, or everything about what it is we're here to do, and only to not only keep it to not to share it, basically. That feeling of being free. And so it's truly not living in that fear, because man, the world will teach people, or the programming have taught children the illusion of control. Learn this, don't do that. Do this that way, but if it's not my way, then I'm telling you, man, that's all ego driven. And so knowing that we're ushering in, a light of love and empowerment and things that have been rooted, that it's grounded and rooted and stable. And we're building and branching and connecting to all that is. And all that was, because we have to learn about past and how we came to be, to even we're coming out of that what's the word, amnesia. That's why they call it remembering and recalling. And so yeah, yeah. So we need not fight others about what they truly want to believe in, how they want to display their act of love, or it's like actors, how they want to express their love. And so so much more, man. Just know that you're giving. We're all a part of this process. We're it's like we're all in the. Some of us, it's like some of us are in a waiting room, or some of us are it's perception. Like some of us are holding Mother Gaia's hand and like, oh, you got this. Just breathe. Just breathe. Some of us are like a part of this birth, whether it be like a water birth. I would describe it as a water birth, something natural and organic, you know. And that's a whole nother topic as well. That's why you're having a lot of these soul sisters, or okay, let me say that. Like people that when they return to their essence, they're balancing the masculine and feminine within themselves. So as much as the world wants to say, oh, men are not and women are not, no, you are attracting these connections to give birth to something new, to balance yourself, to be whole within yourself. You're attracting this man, attracting this woman, or it's not even just the male or female aspect. It has nothing to do with it. You're attracting this energy. You're attracting this energy to honor, to learn to what it is to surrender to this energy, whether it be masculine or feminine. You know, whether to learn how to be more logical, or learn how to be surrender to the feminine, and the nurturing and the all these other aspects of what people have not, the energy that they have not been displaying, or the lack thereof, which truly there is no lack, and it's all happening as it should. So the babies and all these things can be brought into this world through and from a place of love. We ever consider that? Look at how so many things have been happening and brought in this world through so many illusions, through manipulation, through pain. Just to name a few, like, it's so many things, and I don't care how people feel about it. It's like, yeah, it's very painful, like hospitals and even in schools. So many other things that, again, everyone's not going to agree on, but that's not going to change the fact of, like, when we really get to the root of it, is it really mentally, physically, spiritually healthy? Our wellness, our well-being. And so, yeah, just know that we are all a part of Mother Gaia, or this land, and some may call it Turtle Island. She's giving birth. There's a birthing, there's a crowning happening. And so things have to happen that way. It's like the body. She's cleansing her body. She's purifying her body. It's like a woman that goes, she's purifying herself. She's going through the cycles of life, and she's cleansing her blood, which is like the water, the veins of the earth. The river is like veins that go into the ocean. All these things are connected. Just to give you a bigger picture of it. And it's like, look at the world. It's like, mother, she's alive. Like these, just like we are. We're energy. She's energy. All these things are how you want to represent it as feminine. Yeah, Mother Earth or however it's perceived, but it's the truth of it all, or the underlining, or the overlining, or the understanding of it all is that, look, man has shown people not what it is to not even have principles and respect and morals, but it's all perception. But it's more of honoring, ourselves and honoring the land. And so look at how the illusion of control has been. So again, it's as you see a rise and we're returning of the essence of the feminine, the unveiling of the divine feminine. It's not so much of what people look like, it's the energy that's rising. The phoenix, it's like that's rising up within us. The rebellion, all these things that are happening. And so again, yep. Peace, love, and light. Shalom. Blessings. Rest well.